Ryan Dorsey, the ex-husband of the late Naya Rivera, is breaking his silence in his first major interview since her tragic death in 2020. The 33-year-old actress, known for her role in Glee, passed away in a devastating accident while boating on Lake Piru with their son, Josey Hollis Dorsey, who was just 4 years old at the time. In the interview, Ryan opens up about the heartbreak he experienced and the pain he continues to endure as he copes with the loss of Naya and helps their young son navigate the aftermath of that fateful day. The tragedy unfolded on July 8, 2020, when Naya and Josey went out on the lake in a rented boat. Naya's body was later found after a 5-day search, and the cause of death was determined to be accidental drowning. Ryan spoke candidly to People magazine about the moment he first received the news that Naya was missing from her mother's husband. He recalled feeling disbelief when he was told that Naya had gone into the water with Josey and had not returned. At first, Ryan couldn't comprehend the gravity of the situation. Ryan remembers the conversation vividly, describing the shock he felt when the news was first relayed to him. "I instantly said, 'What do you mean?' She knows how to swim," Ryan said. He was told by Naya's mother's husband that the boat had drifted away, and while Josey had made it back on board, Naya had not. In that moment, Ryan's worst fears began to set in. He described collapsing into a pallet of drinks after hearing the news, overwhelmed with emotion. "I didn't know what to think, but I feared the worst," Ryan admitted, his voice trembling as he recalled that devastating moment. What followed was a frantic drive to get to Josey, as Ryan sped towards Lake Piru. "I drove 100-something the whole way with my 4-way hazards on, chain-smoking cigarettes, and I don't even smoke, really, and just crying," Ryan shared. "I just wanted to get to Josey." His urgency and desperation to be there for his son in the aftermath of such a traumatic event were evident as he rushed to the scene. In his interview, Ryan also shared the heart-wrenching details of what Josey, now 9 years old, remembers from that tragic day. It is clear that the impact of witnessing his mother's final moments has stayed with Josey. According to Ryan, Josey recalls that it was a particularly windy day, and he had been hesitant to get in the water. At one point, Naya told him, "Don't be silly," as she encouraged him to swim back to the boat. As the boat began to drift, Naya urged Josey to swim back to safety. But moments later, tragedy struck. Josey remembers trying to hold on to a rope, which he described as having the tanks, likely referring to the life-saving equipment or gear on the boat. The police believe that Naya used all her strength to save Josey, putting herself at risk to ensure her son was safe. Ryan, recounting what Josey said, shared that Josey described how Naya's last words were his name, followed by her disappearance under the water. He said that the last thing she said was his name, and then she went under and he didn't see her anymore, Ryan recalled. "It just rocks my world that he had to witness her last moments." Ryan continued to describe how difficult it has been for Josey, particularly with the memories of his mother's final moments still fresh in his mind. One detail that stands out to Ryan is a memory that Josey has repeatedly shared. Josey spoke about trying to find a life raft in the water but being too frightened to use the rope that was nearby because there was a spider on it. Ryan reassures his son by telling him that the rope would not have been long enough to help anyway. Still, Josey holds on to the belief that he could have done something to save his mother. Ryan noted, "That obviously still sticks out in his head because he feels like he could have saved her." The grief and confusion surrounding that day have been difficult for both Ryan and Josey, but Ryan remains steadfast in supporting his son and trying to help him work through his trauma. Ryan also expressed his own feelings of helplessness and loss. "I think she just got caught up in a brush, that or a weird undercurrent from the dam. It was just a freak occurrence," Ryan said, struggling to make sense of the chain of events that led to the unimaginable tragedy. For Ryan, the loss of Naya is something he continues to grapple with every day. He shared that the pain of losing someone so young and vibrant is something he can't fully put into words. Naya had so much life ahead of her, and the idea that she was taken so suddenly is something Ryan still cannot accept. "She was just 33, Ryan said with a sigh. "There's no way she should be gone." As for Josey, Ryan revealed that while his son is trying to process what happened, he is also doing his best to be strong. "He's very mature for his age," Ryan said, noting that Josey is working hard to move forward despite the trauma he's experienced. He also emphasized how much Josey continues to miss his mother, saying that the loss has left a void in his son's life that can never be filled. Ryan also spoke about the immense support he has received from Naya's family and friends, as well as his own. He described how the people in his life have helped him navigate this difficult time, providing comfort and solace as he tries to rebuild his life without Naya. However, there is no easy way to cope with the loss of someone you love, especially when it happens in such a tragic and unexpected way. The interview also shed light on Ryan's own journey of healing. "I try not to think too much about it because it's too overwhelming," he admitted. But as a father, he knows that he must continue to live for Josey and be the best father he can be. "Josey needs me," Ryan said, his voice filled with both pain and determination. "I'm doing the best I can, but some days are harder than others." Ryan also expressed his gratitude for the memories he still has of Naya. Despite the tragic end to their marriage, Ryan spoke fondly of their time together. He shared that Naya had been a loving mother and an incredibly talented individual. He recalled their moments of happiness, and he emphasized that she will always be remembered for her kindness and strength. The loss of Naya Rivera has left a lasting impact on everyone who knew her, but for Ryan and Josey, it is a wound that will never fully heal. As Ryan continues to raise his son and navigate life without Naya, he remains committed to keeping her memory alive and ensuring that Josey grows up knowing just how much his mother loved him. "She was an amazing woman," Ryan said. "And I want Josey to remember her as that." Our hearts continue to go out to Ryan, Josey, and Naya's family as they continue to grieve and heal from this devastating loss.